Today, we explore a landmark Supreme Court decision in the Philippines. Rosana L. Tan-Andal versus Mario Victor M. Andal, decided on May 11, 2021. This case fundamentally changed how courts interpret Article 36 of the Family Code, which allows a marriage to be declared void due to psychological incapacity. The decision marks a significant shift in Philippine family law, impacting countless families and individuals. Let's break down what happened, why it matters, and how it affects the legal landscape for marriage annulment in the country. We'll start by understanding the background and the parties involved before moving into the heart of the doctrine. Article 36 of the Family Code is crucial for those seeking to void a marriage due to psychological incapacity. Traditionally, this provision was interpreted very strictly, requiring clinical proof and expert testimony to establish incapacity. Many found the process daunting and inaccessible. The Tan-Andal case challenged these old interpretations, arguing for a more humane and realistic approach. By revisiting Article 36, the Supreme Court opened the door for a broader understanding of what psychological incapacity means in the context of marriage, making the law more responsive to real-life situations. For the Tan-Andal ruling, the landmark case of Republic versus Court of Appeals in Molina in 1997 set out very stringent requirements for proving psychological incapacity. Courts demanded medical or clinical identification of the incapacity, often requiring expert testimony from psychologists or psychiatrists. This made it extremely difficult for many to have their marriages declared void, as the process was both costly and complex. The strictness of the Molina doctrine was often criticized for being out of touch with the realities faced by many Filipino families. Supreme Court's decision in Tan-Andal marked a turning point. The court moved away from the rigid Molina requirements, making the process more accessible and better aligned with the constitutional protection of marriage and the Filipino family. This shift means that more people can now seek relief under Article 36 without facing insurmountable legal and financial barriers. The court's approach recognizes the evolving understanding of psychological incapacity and its impact on marital relationships. One of the most important clarifications from the Tan-Andal case is that psychological incapacity is a legal, not a medical, concept. While expert opinions from psychologists or psychiatrists can still be helpful, they are no longer mandatory or the sole basis for the court's decision. Instead, the court can now consider the totality of evidence, including testimonies from family and friends. This makes the process more inclusive and less intimidating for those seeking to void a marriage. The Tan-Andal decision also abolished the strict requirement that psychological incapacity must be medically or clinically identified as incurable. Now, incurability is understood in a legal sense. The condition must be persistent and severe enough to prevent the marriage from functioning, but it doesn't have to be a medical impossibility to treat. This change removes a major hurdle for those seeking to have their marriage declared void and reflects a more compassionate understanding of marital breakdowns. Under the new doctrine, courts now look at the totality of evidence. This means that not only expert opinions, but also lay witness testimonies from family and friends can be used to establish psychological incapacity. The focus is on the real-life impact of the condition on the marriage, rather than just clinical diagnoses. This approach empowers more people to present their stories and experiences in court, making the process more grounded and fair. Despite these changes, the Supreme Court emphasized that psychological incapacity must still be grave enough to prevent a spouse from fulfilling essential marital obligations. Additionally, the incapacity must be juridically antecedent, meaning it existed at the time of the marriage ceremony. It must stem from a deeply ingrained personality structure, not just a refusal to adjust or ordinary marital conflicts. This ensures that only truly serious cases qualify under Article 36. The Tan-Andal decision represents a major evolution in Philippine family law. By redefining psychological incapacity as a legal concept and easing the evidentiary requirements, the Supreme Court has made the law more accessible and compassionate. This decision not only protects the institution of marriage, but also respects the realities faced by many Filipino families. As the legal landscape continues to evolve, Tan-Andal stands as a testament to the importance of balancing legal principles with human experience.